Good morning and welcome back to Dunedin Fine Arts Center's virtual programming. We're here today to talk with the award winners of Small is Beautiful, our call for art for all things intimate and intricate. And we're so pleased to have over 100 entries for this show, which of course is paired up with our the exhibit of the Miniature Art Society. So it's a really cool thing to be a part of. Just real quickly, if you're trying to keep up with us at the Art Center, these are two good ways, Instagram and Facebook. Unfortunately, our main Facebook page is down, so we have this, I'll show you mine if you show me yours. Clever title.
which you're welcome to join if you haven't. It's a really fun page to follow. And we have a few other group Facebook pages, one that's about food, one that's about drawings, and one that's on paintings.
Yep, it's a way to stay engaged. So, so Catherine, we invited Kathy Pollock, who is herself a very talented miniature artist and past president of Miniature Art Society of Florida. You know Kathy pretty well, don't you?
I've known Kathy for many years and her husband Richard, and she's versed in such a variety of media, and it was fun learning about her background when we invited her to be our judge, because we usually include that little bio. So she grew up in New York City and went to a visual arts high school, included music and the performing arts, and she was recognized for her talent very early on and received a scholarship to go to the Art Students League, and then she got a scholarship to go to Pratt Institute. I don't know that that came to pass. She ultimately attended Hunter College in the city, and she worked for many years as a teacher, but she was recognized in every possible media that she pursued. And if you've been to our miniature art shows, the MASF international exhibits that have been triannual and now biannual at DFAC, I'm sure you've seen Kathy's work, and you might have even seen her demonstrating her craft. But when we invited her to be our judge, we did explain that this was not a miniature show per se, because there are certain strictures that are necessary for those who submit to a traditional miniature show. But ours was tiny artworks in all media and couldn't be larger than 8 inches in any direction, and that included the frame. So she did take that into account, and it was very interesting to see the works that she recognized. And we will be going through all of those and speaking with some of the award-winning creators.
And I would say that, you know, probably for many of the artists in the show that maybe normally they don't do anything this small. So that's always a challenge. You know, it has different challenges to painting large, right? So it's but yeah, I missed the demos this year. It's fun to watch people paint with a one hair brush, you know, it's in a magnifying glass. It's really amazing. But congratulations to all artists in Small is Beautiful, and especially our award winners. Before we speak with them, we will just kind of take a little walk through the exhibition for anybody who hasn't been in yet. Like we said, we got over 100 entries, so the Rossi Gallery is packed as usual.
That was so gratifying to see, and we really do thank everybody and congratulate everybody who participated.
Mhm.
It's just always a delight. And it's like every call to entries it's like Christmas for
It's
us.
just really fun to see all the different media, of course, and then all the different presentation styles too, is like how people framed them, or they maxed out the 8x8 here at Candy by not framing them.
Yeah.
We have a fiber piece here.
Yeah.
Um, and we have a kind of an oval shape, which is fun. Collage. This was more, I guess, acrylic, wasn't it? It looked like
Yeah.
collage at first to me. We have digital work, so
Yes.
it's nice. We have some beautiful metal work down here by Eric
Yeah.
Folsom.
And I can see Mary, who is our best of show. She had that other tiny little piece below Paige's piece in that corner configuration.
Oh,
The tiny little, yes, framed piece of a shell was
mhm.
quite gorgeous too. Yeah, and I love those. Love
This
those.
is not a skunk raising
Ah,
its tail at you.
ah,
Baby bird.
sweet little bird. Yeah,
Cute.
beautiful drawing, colored pencil.
Some semi-abstraction here from Lynn Foskett.
Yes, I didn't realize that was Lynn's piece.
When
But
you see the chair in it,
yeah.
oh, oh, is that Lynn? I think it is.
And the horse was a beautifully done. You know, it's always tough for us when we're waiting for the awards and everybody's got their favorites. So, which many were recognized
Now
this.
this piece is a replacement
Nope,
for,
nope. It was in there originally. Yes.
oh, it was, okay, so it just got
Yes.
moved around a little bit. Okay,
Yeah.
because one of her pieces sold already.
Oh yeah, we let one of them go because she had three works in the show.
Ellen
That's
Jean
Ellen
Cole.
Jean Cole, yes.
And we'll
And
see
this,
the piece that sold later. Yeah.
yes, and this one is called a trapdoor. I think it's I don't remember the full name, a trapdoor spider.
Hmm.
So she had seen like a National Geographic video of this spider in action, and she's works in the precious metal clay, and then precious, semi-precious stones. So Ellen Jean is really amazing with what she creates with her necklaces, brooches. Yeah, so that's a great depiction of the range of media we received. The mixed media by Kathy Sims up top, needlepoint in that little Santa bag, and the swan, just gorgeous.
Mhm.
Yeah, and more of a
I have to say, I did not expect some of the things that we got.
yeah.
Like these bags in particular were like, oh, yeah, I guess it's miniature.
Yeah, and I think that's called the petty point. So it's tiny, tiny.
Mm.
Uh, a needle point. And I love the Kleenex box.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I was thinking I might have to buy that.
A little nod to,
That's really representative of many things for me. But I cry easily. But I love that as a subject. That was brilliant.
got some sculpture over here. We're going to be looking at that in a
Yeah,
little bit. But
yeah.
this cat reminds me of your cat, Catherine.
Oh, yes.
Spider,
Spider, yeah. And some
more
people
jewelry.
submitted multiples, which was really, really nice. In fact, this display shows three pieces by Barbara Revolta, who was one of our uh, Merit Award winners or honorable mentions, and then the two necklaces.
Mhm.
She also works in the precious metal clay and is a jeweler as well. So that's her little zippered vase. Yeah.
some three-dimensional kind of wood
Yes.
piece here. We've got a coral and metal kind of found object from Rosemarie Prinz,
Yeah.
artist in St. Pete. We'll be talking about Amanda Wilshire in a little bit. And
And
another mixed media piece.
Cindy
Lynn
Linville.
Linville.
Yeah. I just want to say that, just mention that Rosemarie Prinz did a fabulous artist talk on our Coffee and Conversation series. And I believe that's up on our YouTube channel. This is not really, well, I guess it's somewhat representative of some of her bodies of work, but she has a lot more installations and painting and amazing Coffee and Conversation. I encourage everybody to see that.
Yeah. It's a nice collection of
Yeah.
kinds of different media here.
Yeah,
Printmaking by Gail. And just noticing as we walk through here, all these red dots.
yeah, we
So
had a lot of pieces sold, and
that's great.
congratulations. Yes. And Sue too, with one of the drawings by Sue each. And I love that one with the truck. Here we have Adrian and Katie Dietz. Yeah. Adrian, who is our new gallery shop manager.
Yes, and Katie Dietz, she's the director of Florida Craft Art in St. Pete. So it's fun to see her talents outside running an arts organization, which she does extremely well.
And just to note, Adrian's jellyfish, she's an avid scuba diver. So I love, she takes those underwater photographs and then.
Yeah, the color on her piece is really gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You have more.
Now these were the smallest, I think, like really, really very, very small pieces.
I think Mary has some represented there. I loved the little.
This is another by Leanne.
Yes, I loved that, Leanne. I loved that one. But yeah, these were probably the most representative of true miniature art. Yeah.
And Paige McBride submitted this circular, let me go back. Circular black textural with a tiny little white dot.
Yeah, and that one's called Morning Glory, mourning as in grieving. So that's a little power piece, I think.
You'll see Paige these days in our Palm Cafe.
Yes, working with Chef Robert. They make a great team.
And another look down the line here of all the artists here.
Diane Radel, the Shell, and
Janice DeMassey.
Yes, Janice. Janice had multiple pieces.
Oh no, these were so tiny.
Jennifer's.
These are clay, is that right?
I think they might be polymer clay. Yes, Jennifer is known for her dragons. If you've been with us at DFAC, usually in every student member show, she does an exquisite dragon in some form or other. And both of these sold.
And the one on the right is a ring.
A tiny unicorn ring.
You can wear it. So these are both sold, right?
It's under a little glass bubble. Amazing.
This was another interesting entry, another interesting sort of presentation. These are like, water-based media, kind of mixed media collage that are sandwiched in these glass block
frames.
frame things that stand on their own. So that's pretty
Yeah.
interesting.
This is Judith Overcash's work, and she explained when she brought them. Now, I will say that depending on how much space there is in between each one, it did fall within our 8 inches in any direction. But she was working with friends on making artist trading cards. So that's what the size of the artist trading cards. And that's what she was.
Makes sense.
She was
Okay.
tickled that her trading card size seemed to fit exactly in these glass frames.
And then just we
Yeah,
had some this
love
one,
that.
Northern Lights. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we had one entry come all the way from Colorado. Mike
Oh,
Richins, he's an old friend of mine. We went to college together, and he's been spending the last year doing a painting a day. So he sent one of them to us here.
I love that one too.
Marion Wysocki here.
Yes, Marion has 2 pieces.
All right. Well, I think that's our walkthrough. As you can see, it's a lot, and it was a lot of work for Kathy too. I think to, how
Tough.
do you choose? That's
Yeah.
flip a quarter, maybe. I don't know. No, just kidding. So we'll speak to our merit awards winners first. Ellen Jean Cole is not with us today, so that's okay. But I think Catherine, we kind of talked about her work, but this one is especially exquisite, I think, with the kind of little lacy patterns here and this beautiful stone in the middle.
What I would like to say about Ellen Jean is she has been a member and student and patron of the Art Center for many, many years. She studied a variety of media, including clay and stone, and she ended up taking a workshop with the precious metal clay, which for those who are unfamiliar, it's uh, a malleable substance that when once baked in a kiln burns away what makes it soft and leaves you only with the fine metal, fine silver in this case. So it allows you to emboss it with patterns and just shape it as if you're working with clay. So it's pretty incredible. And she has just taken off with this, and she sells her work on her Facebook page, I think primarily, and sells works all over the world. She can't make works fast enough. And she sold 2 of her pieces in the show. And because she's working with precious materials, they are carry precious prices. So it's really wonderful to have watched her success.
Yeah, and if you find her on Instagram, or is it Facebook? Well, whatever. One, probably both. She's putting new work up all the time. She's
And it will be under her husband's name, Sonny,
Sunny.
Sonny, Sonny Cole.
Yeah, she's a fun artist to follow.
Yes.
Next, we'll speak to Judy Heady, whose piece is here right in the kind of entry to Rossi. It's kind of a mixed media number. Recalls the Wizard of Oz with different characters. Judy, how are you this morning?
Hi, I'm good, thanks.
Good. You want to tell us a little bit about, your thoughts on making the piece and where your ideas came from, and what kind of stuff are you putting on the surface here?
Well, this is, it's a air dry clay, the bubbles are, and the columns, and the triangles that the clay sits on either side of the road is cardboard. It's the corrugated cardboard that I just peeled And in some instances, the paper stayed on and it left the corrugated part.
I see that.
So that
Okay.
was the first time I've worked with that. It's kind of inspired by a road trip that we took in December to Asheville, North Carolina. And I've always been inspired on road trips by the angles of the trees on either side that come to a point on the horizon. And the animals were kind of an afterthought. It just kind of took on a life of its own. I was going to have them crossing horizontally into the woods, but I just decided to have them going forward. So I hope that comes across.
And you're working with the iridescent paints, gives it such a glow.
That would have been funny to put them going across, would have been a funny reference to like that Beatles album cover.
Right, right.
But this is a nice reference to the Oz reference. Mhm.
I love this piece, Judy.
Thank you.
Really one of my favorites.
Yeah, really personal. Yeah.
Yes.
Good job. Thanks, Judy.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Here's a couple more that are near to Judy's, Marion Wysocki's other piece.
Yeah, and the pomegranates.
Yeah, delicious.
Yeah, love both of those.
I have a feeling there's a lot of symbology going on here.
Yes.
Symbolism, I should say. Oh, here's a couple more. Anne Feldshue's beautiful little painting, and this another
Joan Potter
etching.
Yeah.
So we got what, 3 or 4 printmaking, I think.
Yes.
This was a really nice
2 of
one.
Gail's, and Joan has been one of our longtime printmaking students, worked with Steve Littlefield for many, many years. And this piece sold almost immediately to a visitor from California. So that was she was just so captivated by it. And I think it's Ireland. We were all, clustered around it, trying to read the little fine little pencil title. And as it so happened, the buyer was with her aunt, who was about to take a trip to Glasgow or going to Scotland soon. So it was just one of those fortuitous must-haves.
Synchronicity, huh?
Yeah.
But so our next Merit Award winner is Barbara Johnson, who is just recently started working at our front desk. So we're so glad to have Barbara on our team now.
Yes.
And she also happens to be a talented artist, and I believe she was a gallerist at one point. And so she submitted 3 paintings, kind of like the one you see here, blue, red, and yellow. Was that kind of primary colors?
Or green. I think it was, yes, or green maybe. But yes.
But this is the one that won the award. And Barbara is not with us today, so she sent this statement talking about her technique, all about her technique.
Yeah.
She really lines it out for us here. So if you want to know how to follow Barbara's lead, you can, here's the instructions. But really a great combination of abstraction and, splattering and pouring, and really fun. Of course, this piece is what, 4 by 6 inches, maybe. So
I think so. Sounds like it's nice that she references learning some of these techniques in a workshop with an artist from Destin, Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, we have lots of workshops available at the Art Center. You can learn all kinds of new things. So I'm sure you look in our catalog.
And I'll just point out too that both Barbara and Adrian, who recently joined our staff, both started as volunteers, which was beautiful. They helped us with many receiving art for exhibitions, and so it's great to have them with us. And the fact that they're both artists is just
I think,
seems
yeah,
right.
yep, it's a good fit. I don't know if you all remember this piece. It was on that little shelf. It's got to be maybe 3 by 4 inches or so. It's very small. So this bird is very, very tiny. And this is Diane Ruddell, of course. Our next award winner is our own Isabelle Kaiser. She is an amazing artist. She's really, I think also just watching her grow in the past couple of years has been really, really fun to watch. She just keeps getting better and better and better. And this painting is so fun for its looseness, I think. So
Yes.
this is not the first rabbit painting by Isabelle that's won an award.
Yes.
So as she says, rabbits are her favorite. But
And Isabelle is our adult education coordinator, I think. So I think many people know her. She sits at the desk often in the Rossi Gallery, but is a great artist in her own right and has been studying with Marcasia Tuliatos. And she's also been a model over the years, and she is a great subject to paint.
in her spare time, she's a dancer.
Scottish dancer,
There you go.
yes.
Here's another piece by Ellen Jean Cole, figurative piece.
Yes.
And a really nice kind of pastel and charcoal piece by Mary Ellen Caesar.
I love that one.
Yeah, it's really, I like that just the hints of color here. It gives a nice mood, you know.
Mm-hmm. Very wintry, blustery feel.
Our next award winner we're talking about is Barbara Revolta. Barbara couldn't make it today, so we'll talk about her piece for her. This zipper, this is clay, fired clay, raku, and it has an actual zipper in it. So I don't know how she did that, but it's pretty cool. And these are little silver kind of. Do you think she made a mold for this, Catherine?
It's the precious metal clay there again, right?
She said it's fine silver. Yeah.
Right, and that's what they call it. That's what Ellen calls hers too. Because once that filler is fired away, baked away, that's all you're left with is the pure metals.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. And ironically, now Barbara is on our staff, on our jewelry making staff. But she and Ellen both learned precious metal clay techniques from Terry Kowalczyk, who has taught the PMC workshops over the years at DFAC. When I used to be the adult education director, I worked with him.
The good old days.
Bringing him here.
Yeah, it's a nice piece. A couple more pieces by some regulars, defect regulars. Marilyn Masalusky. She's an artist down at Studio 1212, which is right behind Ann Feldshue's Monroe Street Gallery in Dunedin. She's really talented with this kind of abstract mixed media beautiful coloration on this one. She normally uses a lot of blues and greens, so it's fun to see her use some oranges and reds. And then
And Marilyn has some works in the MASF shows too. There's some really beautiful
that's right.
pieces. Yeah. So that's
yeah. In fact, I think last time we had the miniatures before COVID, she was one of the demonstrators. I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And then this is Elizabeth Johnson on the right, just really incredibly talented pencil artist, colored pencil artist, and she really loves drawing these Afghan hounds. So beautiful piece here.
And there's two in the show, both equally gorgeous. It's always just blows me away, the mastery of skill when we have these call to entries among the artists in our community. So hats off to everybody.
Next, Jared Simone. He is not joining us today, so he made this really interesting piece. Again, a piece that you would not maybe normally see in a miniature exhibit, but it's aluminum foil inspired by Pokemon. So I don't know much about Pokemon, but my daughter does. This is really fun. This is a really fun piece, I think.
It is, and I should have taken. That's honestly the wrong angle for me to have captured it to represent. I'm sorry, Jared, that I didn't have a better shot of it because it's very sculptural, and it was really something.
Yeah, for the side view would be kind of like an alligator, in a way.
Yeah,
kind of long, reptilian looking.
Nice that Jared was recognized.
Yeah, it's fun to see some of our younger members and students enter these shows as well. So, just have a lot of range in the ages. Like we said, we have a number of fiber pieces in the show. We talked about this kind of embroidered bag here, and then this is a vessel basket, right?
Yeah, mixed media woven basket.
Pretty cool.
Yes.
A couple more paintings. Very small. Catherine, I remember you saying you really love this dog.
I do. And there's a little dedication on the side that I didn't capture, but it has words and
you'll have to come into our center to read.
That's Janet Folsom. And I also love that pickup truck. That's a great painting.
Our next Merit Award winner is Karen Waltermeier. She submitted 4 pieces, all in this sort of semi-abstract style. I think these were maxed out the dimensions to 8x8 frame. So she couldn't join us today, so she provided this statement. I really enjoyed that sort of this one in particular as a figurative element, obviously, and the bouncing around between warm and cool colors and flatness and spatial aspects. Looks like, I just think feels like she has a lot of fun when she paints. I think that's important.
And I like in her statement how she references the fact that she's works with old paintings that she considered unsuccessful. And she also mentions that she's been taking liberties and playing and inspiration from a cartooning class that she took. Yeah.
This goes to show, you never know what will inspire you.
Yeah.
Our next, we're going to be talking about Amanda Wilshire. So we just wanted for you to see that she submitted 4 pieces. These two kind of angels, they hang on the wall here, or they could hang from anything, I guess. And then she had 2 seated figures, or grounded figures, and the one that received an award was this seated figure here. Amanda did not provide a statement for us either, but we do know a little bit about her from our friend Jan Richardson, who's good friends with Amanda. Amanda is a nurse.
Yeah.
So I wonder how much of her daily work or experience went into this piece, the sort of emotions that she might encounter or feel on the job, or I don't know.
And I see that the label says earthenware, but I wonder if these aren't porcelain, which is not an easy
Oh, well,
material to work in. I
that's
don't
what
know.
was on her.
I know. I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing because it surely does. They're pure white.
It has that porcelain kind of finish for
Yes.
sure. Whatever glaze she's putting on there, because earthenware is usually red, right?
Right.
Yeah. So
I think she's this might be among the first times she's shown, I thought Jan said.
that's right. Yeah, she was.
Yeah, so
Yeah, she
that's
was sort of
very
blown away.
exciting.
Yeah. Mhm.
And a number of them have sold, right?
That's right.
Of the
Yeah.
4.
It's super edifying, I think, the first time you exhibit your work, not only to be in the exhibit, but then to win an award is just, kind of mind blowing. So good for Amanda for the courage
Yes.
to share your work, After you make it for yourself, share it. I was talking to William Schaff yesterday about this exact same thing, because we're making this beautiful catalog for him, and we were just talking about, some artists have this hesitancy to price or share pricing or even let go of their work to buyers. And to me, I was just like, hey, you made it. You got your, you made it for your emotional needs, and now you're going to be making more. So if somebody wants to live with that piece and take in some of that energy, let it go.
Yes. It starts another life.
Yeah.
With its new.
And it's an honor that somebody else would want, to live with your work. I think it's pretty amazing when you think about it.
Yes. And just for those who might not know, William Schaff is one of our 4 winter exhibits, and he has the paintings and sculptures in clay, stone, and mixed materials in the Gamble Family Gallery right now. Bronze sculptures as well.
Yeah.
Lifelong artist. So if you haven't been in, gotta come see.
Yeah, there's no substitute for obviously in person, but we did do a virtual conversation with him last week, so that'll be on YouTube soon. And he's having a coffee and conversation with Sterling Society next Tuesday at 12. So if you want to learn more about him, you can. So now we'll move on to our 3rd, 2nd, and 1st place awards. 3rd place was Beth Hensley, who submitted this really quite interesting kangaroo. Looks inspired a little bit by Australian Aboriginal kind of designs and motifs. But I just love the kind of all the different design elements here, and these little details are amazing to me. These little wiggle waggles here. you know, so really nice painting.
Yes, I loved it too. I was so happy it was recognized. And Elizabeth submitted 4 pieces, all untitled, and each with a fabulous animal as central character, but very illustrative, beautifully done. So cheers to Elizabeth.
I wish she was here so we could hear what her thoughts were behind this, but I guess we'll leave it to mystery.
There's a lot of shy winners this time.
That's right. Or, you know, the tech.
Technology.
Sometimes a tech thing is a little, you know, yeah. Let's see. Candy Schultes, I think you're next. Yes.
Yes.
With your beautiful acrylic piece here, Promises. So you've been working at home for the last couple years.
Yes, I have. And I actually did this piece when we were in lockdown.
Mm,
Oh gosh, yes.
Because I wanted to do something that was like cheery and uplifting. And in intuitive art, you start your piece with just mark making. And as soon as I was turning the paint canvas and seeing a vase, I knew what it was going to be. But it was days later that I actually realized what my emotions were when I was painting it, because I felt like my life was going out of the picture the way it has always been. And I've never cropped a painting like this, and the flowers are going out of the picture. So it was always interesting to me to find your feelings after you've done something like this on a canvas.
Yes. And for those who may not know, Candy is one of our faculty members, and we really missed her during the pandemic because she chose to stay home for safety, and now she's back. And as I mentioned earlier, Candy lives in my neighborhood that I grew up in, and I'm guessing that these flowers are from your husband's amazing garden, because they're
from my imagination.
Are they? Wow. Ah, they're from your garden.
My garden.
Your paintings inspire his garden.
Ah, there you go.
The twist.
And I like that high contrast of the dark and light.
Thank you.
Which also seems very timely. The dark and the light.
Yeah, really.
Ever timely.
And a nice tight focus on the primary colors. It's nice.
And I don't usually use those colors either, which was surprising in this piece.
Why do you avoid those colors in particular, Candy?
I don't actually avoid them. Actually, when I do oil painting, I stick with the primaries and I just mix my colors. But with acrylic painting, I generally go towards blues and fuchsias and magenta and purple. And but they're not these blues, and it's not red usually. Or that bright yellow. So that's what's so surprising in this piece.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the single fallen petal.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice brushwork, nice knife work.
Thank you. It was fun.
Well, tell us really quickly what classes you're teaching again now.
Now I'm teaching 2 classes. I'm teaching intuitive acrylic painting, which is this is really not representational of what it normally looks like. And I'm also teaching mixed media.
Okay.
And I will be hopefully teaching a class that isn't on the schedule yet in the winter. So that will be coming up in the next catalog, hopefully.
Oh, okay.
Surprise.
What is it?
I said it's a surprise. I haven't.
But what session is it going to be?
The next catalog coming out, I'm going to be putting a new class in.
Okay, so that'd be summer and fall.
Well, I'm gonna just do intuitive painting during the summer, but in fall, I'm gonna have to do.
Okay, gotcha. We
That's a
will-
long wait, Candy.
I
I-
know.
I don't know if we can wait that long.
I'll give you.
We might tease it out of you. We'll corner you in the art center.
Oh.
Well, welcome back, Candy. We enjoy having your presence again in the building.
Love being here.
Definitely. We missed you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Let's see, where are we headed next here? Leanne Stewart. Is she still? She was with us. At
There
one
she
point.
is. There she
Yep.
is. Oh, just have to unmute, Leanne.
Oh, sorry about that. I didn't realize I was. Okay, how's that?
Yay.
Good.
Yeah, my puppies were a little wild. So, yeah, that's
So
my
you said
daughter.
this is your daughter. Okay, colored pencil, just so everyone knows, with this really kind of
Mm,
dynamic patterning in the back. Beautiful piece, Leanne.
An exquisite piece.
Thanks.
And Leanne had explained earlier before we started recording that this was a Christmas gift to her daughter, and she had to wait to get it, or she has to wait to get it back.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
Yeah.
Yes. It's really outstanding. Really
Yeah.
stellar piece.
So that's a picture of her next to a fountain. There's a that's all bubbly water behind her in a fountain. And I wasn't even sure I was going to put all that in there because it was so messy. But, Melissa, my teacher, she thought it would be a good effect if I did. So there it is.
Mm.
Your
And then
teacher,
she-
Melissa Niece.
Niece. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And did she have that headdress?
Her friends did that for her. They were just messing around, doing little photo shoots with each other. And I just thought it was, they were just having fun in the lobby there of the hotel. And that's one of the pictures they took. And I just thought it was so cool. I really loved doing the fruit, and I wasn't as happy as with her face the way it came out. I wanted it like smoother, but I'm new at the colored pencil. I'm only doing it about a year and a half, but I just love it.
Gosh, wow.
Could have fooled us.
So
Yes. What's your media that you preceded?
well, I always did graphite pencil drawings, a lot of that. And then I did acrylic for a while, 20 years ago when she was a baby. Like the last time I really pursued any art was when she was a baby. Then I had twins, and then I had 4 kids, and
Oh my
I
God.
could never get to do much. So every Halloween I'd paint pumpkins or their art projects, and I was dying to do art again.
Oh.
I painted my kitchen with sunflowers, like I was going a little bit nuts. And working with my husband in accounting office, and I just kept looking for classes. When can I take a class? When? And they were never good times for me. So when COVID came, my husband, I had to teach I had to stay home to teach my son. And then afterwards, he told me, just start, stay home, help him with his school. So that's when I start being able to fit in these classes. And I'm so happy I tried colored pencil because I know I love graphite, the graphite pencil and the shading and the scribbling so that's why.
Wow.
I just love it. It
That's
takes a long
remarkable.
time,
Yes.
to
yes.
layer it and get it to do what you want. But so far I like it. I might try painting again soon, but for now, this is good for me right now.
Oh, I should say. Wow, what an
Yeah.
aptitude. And you really did start out with the very best possible colored pencil teacher. We're so lucky to have.
Yeah.
you,
Yeah. She's really encouraging. She just encourages you to pursue your own style. She doesn't force anything on you, or she's really encouraging. And then she'll always take a mat and put it around, but wait till you see it under the mat, you know, because you think your stuff is so ugly. And then she'll come and put the mat on it. It's like, no, it's really, you know, she's good.
Oh,
I have
she
two
must
other
have been,
pieces in there. Yeah.
yes, she
The,
must be blown away by what you're doing.
well, she
It must
inspired
be.
me, that little, oops, sorry. Did I lose you? Okay, wait a minute. I dropped
No,
my
you're
phone.
still, yeah.
It's so hard to hold this phone. I don't have my own computer. Everybody in the house has a computer but me. So the little white dog, like she had shown me magazines with people who do all this amazing work in 3 colors. So the little white dog that's in the show,
Oh, I love that
she
one
inspired
too.
me to do 3 colors with her, and I only used red, yellow, and blue to do her.
Oh,
And I thought she looked so seasick because there's some green on her, but
oh
I think it looks so
no,
much
no,
better once I
no.
got it framed. It looks so much better.
It
So
looks
that one's done in 3
great.
colors. And then Melissa
Wow.
encouraged me to enter the mini show. So I got 1 picture in the mini show too.
Oh, I'm gonna
The
look for it.
Yeah, but compared to everybody's, it looks so gigantic. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, everybody's so small. And then
Tell us where it is, Leanne. What?
it's in the second room, by the S's, you know, it goes
Oh,
alphabetically.
that's right.
So it's
Yeah.
in the
Okay.
second room, but it's on the top corner, and I shouldn't have put a green mat on it because it made it look gigantic. But they
Oh,
put it in the show, so it's still
yeah.
small enough. It's a landscape picture. So I was so
Oh,
excited when I got the letter because I'm like, oh my God, because I have not entered shows. Well, years ago when I was up north, I was in some shows, but this is the first time now for
wow. It's just
20
the
years.
beginning.
I know.
You're on a
Yeah.
roll. Just
Yeah,
the beginning.
yeah, so it was a thrill to get first place. I was in shock, you know.
Oh,
So
well
yeah,
deserved. Well
Yeah.
deserved.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Wonderful.
thank you. Thanks.
Oh, that's so cool. I love when people get, Catherine, we're talking about you. I love when people are able to get back to art making
Yes.
and then,
Yes.
find
So
inspiration
cool.
or, good teachers at the art center and be part of the community in that way again. So that's really inspiring.
It is.
Well, drum roll, please. Our best of show could not join us today, unfortunately,
Oh,
but it is this piece here
yes.
by Mary Blodgett
Yes.
called Into the Woods. How many times have you been on this path, right?
It's a gorgeous piece.
Yeah, all the little, I wish we had an extreme close-up of it.
Yeah.
Just all the little details and stuff, but
Not for sale. Some things are just too dear to us. Maybe this belongs to somebody, but maybe it's just something that is just too important to release at this time.
Yeah, so she's very, very grateful. She was an art teacher for K through 12, for painting her whole life. And this one in particular is a plein air session at her North Carolina mountain house. So that might be why she doesn't want to sell it.
It's a pretty detailed for a plein air. I mean, I usually think of things being created very swiftly and loosely for plein air, but that's not always true, of course. And we'll just put a little plug in that we're going to be hosting a reception for the Pastel Society of Tampa Bay, who's conducting a plein air event on February 19th. It does have to be majority pastel, but think about participating if you'd like.
And there's registrations all over Tampa Bay. There's one at Flippy Park and Safety Harbor, Sterling the Sterling Studios in Dunedin, and a couple.
Tarpon Springs and Channelside, I think.
Okay.
Tarpon
Yep.
Springs, yep, and then Tampa. So yeah, it's going to be a broad field that
And
you
it's
can draw
members
from.
and non-members can participate.
Oh
So
yes.
you can go, there's an entry fee, of course. You have about 5 hours to work, 5-6 hours to work. Got to then run it back over to the Arts Center because we're hosting the show. And the show starts at 4 and
Yes,
goes to
4 to
6.
6.
And
Saturday, February 19th.
Mhm.
If there's a rain date, it'll be the next day, Sunday. And so you can, even if you don't participate, you can come see. There's going to be cash awards and be a little reception with some goodies served outside, I think. But it'll be fun to see.
Yeah, it will.
So the folks have 4 hours to create, artists. So a 9 a.m. registration, and then
That's
yeah,
pretty quick turnaround.
it is.
I would
Have-
find that
have
very
you-
challenging. Yeah. But
Many congratulations to Mary, though.
yes.
And she has some other pieces in the show, at least 2 others, I believe. That little shell that we pointed out. And then I think one of those others on the shelf of the mini replicas there
Mhm.
by the elevator. And I think she has work in the MASF show too. I think she's a seasoned miniaturist, but I might be wrong. I don't think I am though.
Well, thanks for everyone for coming today. This, as usual, has been recorded, so you can share it with your friends and family and fans. Once it's polished by our marketing department, it'll be up on our YouTube page. And we want to invite you next week to our next virtual conversation with select members of the Petticoat Painters, the oldest continuously exhibiting women's art group in the USA that is based in Sarasota. And we have a beautiful exhibition of their work in our second floor teaching gallery through March 6th. But we'll be talking to some of them next week, Thursday, February 10 at 10 a.m. Hope you'll join us. And just a reminder that we're open on weekends again. Thank goodness. So 10 to 2 on Saturday and 1 to 4 on Sunday. So we'll see you all soon. Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for being here with
Thank you,
us.
guys.
And congratulations all, and hope to see you in person soon.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. Have
Thank
a
you,
great
everybody.
day.
Enjoy the day.